ahead, yeah. So earlier we were discussing, as a production system, we create products. So products has, products could be either goods or services. So goods refers to anything or any commodity which is, which satisfy wants, requirements, desires of our customers. It could be semi-finished or it could be finished products. So semi-finished, see, our customers would be individuals as well as the industries. Okay, so semi-finished in the sense, you see nuts, bolts, and iron rods. These are the products which can be used for further process. So semi-finished are the goods which can be used in the on further process of production of any different products. So now I mentioned nuts, bolts, tires. Yes, these are all can be used in the production of cars, bikes. Yes, and I mentioned examples of iron rod which is used in terms of constructions of building. So that's how, for semi-finished, for my unit, that is my final goods. But that semi-finished goods can be utilized by another industry or any other individual who can convert, who can create a new product as a finished product as their business unit. Okay, so finished goods is a goods which carries that utility value in the sense which is ready to consume, which is ready for the consumption of our customers. Okay, moving ahead, a second part of second is services. Service is a set of activities which are one time consumable by customers, and they are perishable benefits. So it's a set of benefits which are one time consumable by our customers. So service is, it is an experience. It is one time experience which services, so where customers can experience it. You cannot preserve it for the future use. Yes, so service is a set of one time consumable and perishable benefits. You're going to use the benefits. This is a set of activities which flows through, which in creating benefits for the customers. Okay, so this was all about the products, divided into two, which is goods and services. So in goods we have semi-finished goods and finished goods. So I hope I'm clear with the goods and services. So let's move and let's go to the next slide and see what are the difference between services and goods. Okay, so we have differentiated services and goods based on the five criteria. I would say five. No, it is not five, it is actually six. I would explain you how. Yeah, firstly we'll see the tangibility. So services are intangible in nature, goods are tangible. So how is tangibility in the sense where you can have the physical sense of the physical appearance of the any goods, so you can feel it physically, the presence of that good. So goods, it can be felt physically, but services, it is not, as it is intangible in nature. Okay, moving ahead, the second point is separability. So services are inseparable in nature. So how, in the sense, see, let us see first goods. The function of distribution and consumptions or goods can be separated from the function of production. So here it means the production of the creation process or the production process of goods can be separated from the consumption. So at one place or at one time you can produce the goods, and at another place or and at a different time you can consume the goods. But services, it is not, it happens simultaneously. So the production and the consumption happens simultaneously. The examples I would like to take here is for the services, restaurants. We go to restaurants, order food, it get prepared, and we get the food. That's we consume. Same way, if you go to bank, we present a check, we get the cash, we got the services from the bank, then we are done with the services. So that's how, the services are simultaneously with the production and the consumption aspects, whereas goods can be separated with the production and consumption. So you can produce a different you can produce the products at different place and at different time, whereas even though consumptions can be done, the product can be consumed at different places and on different at different times. Okay, so this is all about the difference made with respect to services and goods on the basis of separability. Okay, moving ahead, we have ownership. Okay, services cannot be owned. Yeah, that's one-time consumable benefits. Services are one-time consumable benefits, so they cannot be owned by any consumers. So goods are tangible in nature, where you have a physical sense of those goods. So automatically you can own those goods. You can have ownership on your goods. Okay, yeah. And the second point I would mention here in terms of the difference of services and goods is transfer. So services cannot be transferred from one person to another person. So one person, if he experienced the service, that is up to only him. He cannot that transfer, or he cannot transfer that experience to another person. But whereas goods can be transferred, the ownership of goods can be transferred to another person. Say example, I own mobile XYZ mobile right now. In future, if I'm not really wanting this mobile, I can sell it to another person. So this is how you can transfer the ownership with the another person, where it is not possible in services. Okay, moving ahead, we have a perishability. Okay, on the basis of perishability, services are perishable in nature. They are specific to a time. As a one-time consumable or experiencing it only pertains to services totally depends on the experience of an individual. So once he experienced, that's done. That's the end of the consumption process. Okay, when it comes to goods, it can be stored and it can be used in future terms. Now I have bought a mobile. I would be using it for daily, and I use it as in my routine life. I may have this mobile after 1 year also, but the consumption, if I go to a restaurant today, I have a food. See, the food I'm had is had today. That's over. Today, that was my experience I had. I enjoyed my food. Yes, that's all. Okay, so you cannot preserve it for the next day, or it's just for a moment. The services and that particular experience is just for the moment. So you cannot take it to the next time, or you cannot take through it for the further time span. Okay, moving ahead, we have another differences based on heterogeneity. So heterogeneity is all the services are heterogeneous in the sense they are indifferent when it comes to the different services. So example, in restaurant, if we four of our friends, if we enter in a restaurant, every individual have their own taste, their own a want, so they would order according to that. Goods are homogeneous. So the services, in simple terms here, what I would like to mention here is, see, services are not homogeneous. They are, you can produce different, as services and the experience, it completely depends on the individuals and the customers. So you cannot produce the services in homogeneous. So they are heterogeneous in their nature, whereas goods are homogeneous in the sense you can produce similar products at a time, whereas it is not possible in services. Okay, this was all about the difference between goods and services.